there's really two things that the markets are showing right now. One, that they're pricing in a Trump victory, and two, that they want a Trump victory. And you mentioned how well the markets have done this year. Equity markets up a lot, crypto markets up a lot. And to me, one of the things that was most telling was how the markets have reacted post the failed assassination attempt on Trump in July, where literally right after that, you saw Bitcoin absolutely rip. And we know how friendly the Trump administration would be to the crypto markets. And so what that was showing to me is in an extremely liquid market, crypto, how positively they reacted to a failed assassination attempt on Trump and the odds of a Trump presidency rising substantially. And obviously right now we've seen a small dip in equity markets, but when you zoom out this year, equity markets are up a lot. Why do markets care so much about a Trump victory? I think it's much more substantial than an average presidential election. Why? Because of the AI revolution. And when you think about the AI revolution, what the AI revolution will do is exponentially increase the rate of technological change. And so this next 4-year period, you could think of it as what would normally be a period of 10 or 20 years of technological innovation. And so the impact on that and what a presidential election means is substantial. And so I think it's clear that the markets want a Trump victory, that they're pricing in a Trump victory.
And our internal polls have President Trump leading in every single key battleground state. We are cautiously optimistic about a big victory tomorrow night as long as everyone turns out to vote. And we're seeing that people are turning out to vote. When you look at the early voting trends, President Trump and Republicans are leading these early voting trends in every single battleground state. And urban turnout is down compared to where it was in 2020. Female turnout for Kamala Harris is down compared to those that turned out early for Joe Biden in 2020 as well. So all signs point to a victory tomorrow night, but we're not taking our foot off the gas. President Trump has 4 rallies in battleground states today, and we need everyone to get out and vote.
Let's recognize what I think a couple of your guests have already said, which is the Trump voter is a different voter today than the Republican voter of 20 years ago. In fact, the Trump voter of today was a Democratic voter of 20 years ago.
Many of them.
And going back to Pennsylvania, if you get those people in the middle of the state, blue-collar jobs, middle-class people to turn out, right, then Trump wins. And it's very hard. It's very hard for pollsters to do that because it's new. It's not patterns that you've seen in the past.
And do you think that Trump ended up getting the better end of the deal there in terms of coverage?
I think so, because now we get to run our ads, which are the best hard-hitting ads in the business on this network. But it's not surprising that they did not reach out to us, and they truly didn't. We all checked our inboxes to make sure we didn't miss an email, and they did not reach out at all. And I think it speaks volumes that Kamala Harris skipped a meeting with voters in Detroit, Michigan to divert her plane and head to New York City to do this SNL skit, which, by the way, looked very similar to President Trump's former SNL skit with Jimmy Kimmel. So not only has Kamala Harris been copying President Trump's policy plans this election, she's now plagiarizing this last-minute skit. But it's okay with us. President Trump has been dominating the headlines and getting his message out to real voters on the ground, not some elitists who watch SNL on a Saturday night.